Even though I came back to Chennai, there were so many struggles. Like I never had a helping hand. Like somebody insults or somebody shouts at us in front of people, you become offended. So as a child.
Hello everyone, welcome back to SGSH publication. Today we are having Ratish Ravindran sir with us. So sir, before starting interview, I want to ask, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am also fine, thank you. So I just completed reading your book in 6 hours, and I must say the story is really amazing. And I also told you, right, that the first poems and everything is very catchy. So before we go into the book, I want to ask, like, what you do professionally and what you do passionately. That I know that you are an artist and you are poet and you are a writer, but what you do professionally, so our reader can know more about you.
Sure. First of all, thank you for giving me an opportunity to attend this interview. And I actually work as an IT engineer, and I'm an IT professional, and I've been working for the past 18 to 20 years. So, right from childhood, I had this skill of pencil sketching and things like that. So, right now, what I do is like I never had this idea of writing in the first instance, but due to I don't know what eagered me or what urged me to just go ahead and write is something which I need to still explore in my mind, but it's going on. But I say that I'm an IT engineer, and my wife, I'm surviving my wife who is also an IT engineer, and I have a daughter who is studying 11th standard. I'm surviving with my mom.
Okay, and in fact, I read your poems, and I know a little bit about your family. So let's come to the book. The title is really catchy, right? Echoes of love, footstep to glory. So why you chose and selected this title for your book?
Let me be really frank on what exactly happened. The Echoes of Love and Footsteps to Glory was actually not my thought, but it took me some time to really realize of, how to take things forward. I'll give you an example. Like, say, for example, it was my grandmother who actually brought me up. So the standard of her principles, her advices, that's the thing that I have actually mentioned as echoes of love. The love that she has nurtured me, and because my father expired when I was 12, and I was having no other go and nobody to advise, and things like that went on, really disturbed me. And it was my grandmother who nurtured me and took a look after me when my mother used to work. We had to run the family, and so it was my grandmother. So that's the thing that I've kept it as echoes of love. And she used to get me, or when I got into the 10th standard of education, she used to sit with me, ensure that okay, I studied little one, and she used to get up with me when I woke up at 4. So the level of effort that she has put, that whatever, I'm not sure saying that I attained glory, but at least the footsteps, that things like that. So that actually made me realize, okay, let's go with Rohan and the character which I have written. And he has actually been shared by lots of people, like his grandmother, grandfather, his great aunt, and of course his mother and father as well. So there are footsteps to glory that we can actually specify as a title.
Right. In fact, really inspired by your story that, and very sad to hear that you lost your father at the age of 12, which is very small, right? So how that journey is definitely not easy without father. Definitely we have people, like you said, that you have grandparents and everyone around you. But what was the biggest challenge as a when you was child, that without having parents, it is not easy journey, right? So how you came out of from that journey and you became in this position to, you are very I think very successful person as a in whatever profession, as a writer. I saw your story is really amazing, that how you came to know and how was your struggle and how you came out from that.
Well, the initial part of my education or initial part of my life began in Kolkata. So that's how I'm actually well versed in Hindi and Bengali. Right now, I've forgotten Bengali. That's the different thing altogether after I came back to Chennai. So what exactly had happened is that during that time when I was in Kolkata, my father's brothers were there. Two elder brothers were there. So they gave me company and they took me to. My father was a little like, say, for example, very um, less talk and kind of a person. And but to me, he used to do everything. But he used to never let brought me anything from outside. Anything that's made inside, he used to give it to me. So that's how I was molded when that's the thing. That's how I was molded in when I say it. But what actually happened is that once my father passed away, my mother thought that okay, let's not keep him in Kolkata because after she goes to office, she cannot be monitoring me. So that's the reason why she brought me back to Chennai, where I had my earlier schoolings. But here, the initial part, I actually had thought like who will be like giving me a proper advising of what to do, where to go. Even though I came back to Chennai, there were so many struggles. Like I never had a helping hand, like a father figure who actually was not able to give me the advices properly. So what actually I would like to say is that the energy, the positive vibes that we actually have, that I never used to get from my father because of his passing away. And apart from that, there are so many other factors like whenever I used to I used to make myself uncomfortable. My grandmother was there to help me about, and she was also like her daughter got widowed at a very young age because my mother was widowed at the age of 31.
Mhm.
So she kept say sometimes she hided her face because of crying, and I used to like, oh my god, I cannot handle this anymore because I am already messed up. So she used to hide things and let me and nurture me and be with me, and she held on to herself. I don't know how she made that possible. Those were the struggles, and initially I had find that okay, when you lose someone like a fatherly figure, is something like a huge impact on you. I saw my mom struggling a lot because to make both ends meet, there was a very little way when my father was alive, but after that, my mother, who was a housemaker, she had to go adapt to the environment, meeting people, which she has never done in her life. So whenever she came back home, I could see that face where her face literally showed the amount of struggle that she used to see. And when I'm so close to her, I can like I am. It's something inside me told me that I have to come in, study, and get her the leverage of breaking away from the stress. So even my father's big brothers, who used to love me a lot, they told me that my father's big. I would like to mention that my father's big brother used to is the reason why I became an engineer because he completely gave me the financial help and things like that. And later on, when I realized that okay, it is my duty to ensure that okay, I have to come up and ensure my mother is out of the stress and struggle. So I was not able to see my mother struggle like that. So that made me worse.
True. Really, I think we have to, thankful to your mother because definitely, she have been going through many struggles, but still she was consistent. And you in your book also you have mentioned the things about your whole family, like your father, mother, or grandmother, and with your or like father's brother also you have mentioned that I have seen first time in one book. So have you ever felt that or I think in your book you have also mentioned like after story you may have that you have little faith in God also, right? Like
Not
from that
little,
book I
not
can
little.
feel. Yeah. So have you complained about your dad like God has not done the right thing to you, or you are just okay with okay whatever happens, or that may be past. But have you ever complained about this situation?
Yeah, when I was young, yes, I did. Whenever I remember that my father used to take me to all the temples to in Kolkata. He was also a very great devotee of Lord Krishna and Lord Shiva. And like
Yeah.
me right now, what I have, and he was also the same kind. And what we incur from those things is that uh, the passing away of his is that it actually felt like something was amiss from my end. And I thought, okay, why only me? Why has God pushed me into something like that when he was such a devotee and things like that? Maybe a small child's mentality where he knows that, where he shows that, okay, you have taken a chocolate from me, so I will not talk to you, things like that. So, but when I grew up, I actually realized one factor, that the people may come and go, the environment may come and go, whatever things has happened, the life still moves on, life still moves on, and it is the God's life cycle that He has created in such a way that you come into this world, you play your part, and you leave. That's the only thing that you can come from it. And what I believe from my experiences still so far is that God does not always tell you that, okay, he guides you to the path, but he also says that you cannot be permanent in this world. You you will also perish one day. So uh, when I was a small boy, yes, I used to have that complaint feeling, but right now I'm actually thankful for him for giving me a chance to write this book and actually have a wonderful life. To be frank, let me tell you, like, to become a worshipper, to become a devotee itself is a huge blessing. There are so many people without even that possibility, because they are having so much of trouble, but they literally don't listen. But
Yeah.
having that important thing in your mind that, okay, you have the life, a beautiful life. Anyway, everyone will have struggles. That's
Yeah.
nothing you can do. You have to go through struggles, but going through struggles, believing in him, and coming out in flying colors is what he likes. But some people, they don't understand. But for me, I'm lucky enough that he has actually molded me into that character.
True, that's very true. We have to have faith in the God. I think, maybe definitely जब भगवान कुछ लेते हैं, they definitely give us something in return, right? So you are grateful that you have spent time with your grandparents, and that's your life journey. Definitely, it wasn't easy, but I think it was worth it. So when you get started writing for the first time, and I also wanted to ask that have you when you also started the pencil sketch, because I saw some of your sketch and it was really nice. So how you get started the writing and that pencil art?
Um, uh, it was in the time of COVID, in 2020. Like, I was under the depression kind of stuff when I used to work in a company. I don't want to name it, and
Yeah.
where everything, because of huge stress, I was completely pushed into depression. Completely in depression, in the sense, like, I had a kind of a panic attack kind of a thing. So
Oh,
to come out of it, I don't know whether God gave me a gift to, okay, you just relax, I will give you a solution, and you start writing a book. But something in me felt that, okay, why should I write the book, and why should I, because I don't know, I don't have any prior experience, I don't have any things that can,
yeah.
okay, help me to that. So I thought,
Mhm.
okay, let's. My first book was Ramayana, something which small, because of what I learned from Ramayana, because Ramayana is already a myth, it's an epic,
Yeah,
something which
that's
everybody has come across, and I'm not that great to, okay, tell something that, okay, I don't find boast myself saying that, okay, I have written something, but it did not go well. Um, in that book, I have actually drawn all the characters myself, drawn and written by me. So ultimately, what happened? The book did not go well because I did not market it properly. I didn't knew that these are the things that you need to do, because that was my first book, and then there was a 3 year gap. And later on, when I realized that something in me about started to tell me about Rohan, you have to write about things. I started noting it down, and all those characters that I need to play. okay, I thought, okay, let's give a tribute to my grandmother. Once she passed away, this book was written in exactly 3 months. 3 months time, this
Oh,
book was written.
wow.
My grandmother passed away in the 25th of March 2025. And again a period of very much low feeling and things like that. So it was then I realized that okay, you have already written the things, parameters that you need to jot down about Rohan. So okay, let's continue, and things started to flow on. And I this time I did not do any kind of pencil sketching; it was only writing. And pencil sketching, to be really frank, it was my mother who had actually asked me to, okay, while you're studying with school, you also attend the drawing classes, and that actually have made me gave me this strength and to draw, because you should as of me, if you ask me, you should be engaged in some way or the other. Otherwise, the mentality of laziness is follow first thing. The second thing is that once laziness comes in, your entire life is gone. And then the third thing is that the evil's mindset starts to come in, and that's where the problem starts beginning. You will lose all interest, and you will become worthless. When God has given you such skillful sense set, you just need to explore them. Let it.
The Rohan character is very interesting, right? Because he don't chase the success. His plan was not to become like this on that simple. I read the story that simple vacation it was, and he was looking for the garden, some friends, who he can play with. But he found that he bring that microscope, and then
Telescope,
he did it.
telescope,
Yeah, yeah,
telescope.
Astro. Yeah. His story was really a normal story and, normal childhood. And it was really nice and normal way of living, right? So how when he get those things like, media coverage and everything, their parents and Rohan itself feel was really discomfort, right? Because he was not chasing the brightness and success. So you did the character very well. So how you thought that you have to bring in this way? Because it is not easy, because nowadays what people are showing that everyone is using social media, and they are the bright and star and whatever fan followings. But here, no, he was not using any mobile phone, any devices. In fact, when his father gave him iPhone, then also he said, no, I don't want anything. So how you came to know that you have to do this thing? It was really nice. Also, how you thought that Rohan doesn't have any phone and have a simple life? He was helping everyone. The maid, sitting on the chair. How he asked that maid that you have to, drink and on the table. So how you came to know that you have to put this character in this way?
Like, see, when you have a noble soul, like no innocent character, okay, so you tend to see all the people alike. Like, say, for example, whether there will be a maid servant, there will be people who are downtrodden, the people you have so much of they were left into poverty and things like that. So, during my initial childhood of my life, I have come across these various things, the struggle of people, and I've seen lots of my friends and even me, right from my childhood. It was not that the kind of life right now what I'm having, a balanced life, that was not the same kind I used to have in my childhood, because the level of the financial things that my father had was limited. So right now, my daughter has everything she can ask for. I can manage to get her everything, but when I was a child, that was not possible. So that's I saw many of my own experience and my friends' experience. They were not able to afford, so I used to help them. And what my mind says that okay, if you cannot help anybody, don't irritate people, because lots of people are now what they are doing is that in getting the fame, they are just going ahead and helping people and putting that on Facebook or Instagram and say that yeah, I did this, I did that. It's a waste of time. What's a big deal? Just God needs to know what you're doing, and He knows. Then why you getting the false information and fame? You just don't need to follow the fame, because fame will automatically follow when God is giving you. But actually, we didn't should not be going after fame, because what's there in fame? Because you have mental satisfaction when you help people. So what happened was, like, Rohan, I wanted to see the world know that you can focus on something only when you have a balanced mind. If you have the mobiles, if you have the other electronic gadgets, I've seen so many people getting distracted from the regular activities. So, okay, I thought I wanted to see that, okay, somebody who can come up with an idea. Okay, he has no mobile phones, he has no electronic gadgets, he just needs to do what he wants. Now see where he has reached. Now see where he's reached. I'm not saying that, okay, people who only do the studies, only do the things, they only achieve success. But still, the majority of the people who follow dharmic attitude, that's the way he can achieve success. So I actually wanted to portray someone that one of my colleagues, son who works with me, I mean, the colleague's son, he's right now in the again he's right now in the 11th standard, and he has not been promoted with four. And whatever things he has been given from the school authorities, any homework, any kind of things that has been provided to him, comes to his mom's app that has been stored in the phone, and he uses that. And I used to, I whenever I when I talked to him once, he was telling me that he was, since he from the childhood he was not used to the electronic gadgets. He does not even go bother. Some message comes, some WhatsApp comes, something like that. He has a PS5 though as at home where he plays the game. But apart from that, he's not interested, because from the start, when we teach the children, okay, this is the way of life, things, they'll adapt to it. Nowadays, when people are giving the mobile phone, when children start to cry. So what's the point?
Hmm.
So that
Yeah.
is one thing which I wanted to highlight. And what the other thing which I wanted to highlight is something which is mental peace. Nowadays, I find people are living for themselves. I
Yeah.
want I want things to be done. Yeah, fine, I'm fine. But they don't even care about people who wants things to be done to them. Especially elders. Elders are someone have sacrificed so much of things for them. Okay, they can also, even my mother would have thought, okay, why should I go to work, or why should I can stay at home. And my grandmother would have thought, okay, why should I be bringing up? I already brought my children. Why should I bringing up? They would have thought, but they didn't think that they sacrificed everything for me, because I'm right now in a situation just because of them sacrificing. What I in our we need to go for mental satisfaction. If we go for
Hmm.
expectation, that is never fulfilled, never ever fulfilled. Something or the other you will start chasing on. If you buy a car, if you buy a TV, the next day a brand new TV, new with new features, a brand new car with new features will come in. So I have to get that. No, this is something which I have to need to get that. You will never get satisfied in that way. What you need is a mental satisfaction. Mental satisfaction only comes in when you start helping others. When you see everyone as you. When you see everyone, because God has not made any discrimination or any differentiation in creating people. So who are we to do that? So what I personally feel is that Rohan, as a person, he sees the maid as him, or the people in poverty as him. There's no differentiation of rich or poor, no differentiation of caste or creed. Everything are alike. We are all creations of God. Who are we to differentiate? So that's the message that I actually wanted to convey through Rohan.
Wow. It's a great message, but what happens in reality, sometimes people take advantage of goodness, right? Sometimes we try to help people and, वो उल्टा हो जाता है. They never, maybe definitely sometimes people don't value,
That's true.
definitely God always values. Yeah. So,
That's true. That's
what do you
true.
want to say about that?
See, if people don't understand, see, we are not here to make sure. Okay, see, everybody's life is unique. You cannot fill everybody's life. Uh, Whenever
Hmm.
you see some people who are in need, help them as you go. If they feel take it, fine, take it themselves, just fine. Otherwise, if they don't take it, just don't react. Just go ahead. See, problem he comes in where okay, I helped him and he snapped back at me. So what? That's his mentality, his attitude. He might have come across so much of things, so much of problems in life. That's why he's snapping back at you. When why he is doing that? If only we are in his shoes, we'll be able to understand. Otherwise, the moment if we stop reacting, if we stop reacting to just help, don't react. God is watching us all, so He knows that what we are doing. Whether He snaps back at you or He others snaps back at you doesn't make a difference. The only person who needs to understand is God, which is actually happening. So what's the big deal? Because entirely this is where we are living right now. That's not our home. Here, that's when we reach there. That is our home where we belong because that's our permanent state. These are all temporary.
True, true. Definitely, and I also feel that no matter what people react, but the thing is, God is watching everything, whether we do good karma or bad karma, everything is in right. Also, yeah. So, while I was reading, the last chapter, and I thought there is a something to be there in the last part, right? Regarding he went to the Hyderabad or shift to the Hyderabad. So after that, I saw that it's a part two. So what is
That's
in
happening.
part two and its suspense? What will be in the part two? We are excited to know.
Part two, I'll give you the essence of it. Like, I have not mentioned Rohan's struggle in the first part. For Rohan, I have always shown him in the way that, okay, Rohan is successful wherever he
True,
goes, whatever he touches is successful, whatever he does is, that's a story behind that, which actually made him into a successful person. He calculates things before he does something, but that to reach that point, he had come over some struggles in life, which is there in part and
yeah.
his way of like looking at elders as his own grandmother. The things follows in part two, and the real intent of the story is that he goes to Hyderabad. He achieves. He's a small 16 to 17-year-old boy, and the rest of the people who are there in the false name Seri. Yes, that's the name I gave it to the subject because I cannot give yes or was the same name, right? So what actually he goes to Seri and he manages to work there, and he kind of balances like people over there are already in their mid 50s or someone who are physics scientists, engineers, and with working with them, his experience, how he's trying to make up things. That will come in part two, whether he succeeds or whether he comes out without any problem. So only thing is, I'll tell you about part two is that his there's a quote which I actually wanted to tell on part two is that winning or failure, where success or failure doesn't matter. Try it out. Without trying, if you feel that okay, I will not succeed, then that's actually a sin that you are making towards God because God has given you a tremendous amount of brain. He has an opportunity. Okay, just try. If you still fail, that's equal to winning. So that's the
True.
message that I want to give you.
Definitely, that would be great because those whoever will read the first part, definitely they will wait for the second part because I am also excited like how it will his journey. So in your book you have also mentioned the images, right? When he was walking or when he was in hospital. So have you came to know that you have to add the image in so small images, but in the story you have to mention the images.
Like when I was a child, I'm not only as a child really now also I'm a reader of Tintin comics, Adventures of Tintin. So right from a child, the book showed about the moving cars, the main character in that book following people, running behind them, action sequences. So that I thought, okay, not only with the just the writing, people will get bored when say, okay, if I have some pictures attached to it, it might get some. For some people, it might be interesting. Again, we cannot completely satisfy everybody because everybody has their own taste. So if at all I have a picture where associated with the text, it would be good. So I thought, okay, let's bring up some of that, and actually did a research. Okay, this particular scenario, this particular person should come and the background should be like this. Those are the things I actually had in mind and prepared. So when people look at that, just reading the text alone will, I thought, okay, it will not help. And if I add something more grandeur into that, then people might like it, is what I expected, but that did it actually.
True. And that's really nice because whenever we add images, we like something that is connected. I don't know, but we feel connected while seeing the images. I also feel that. And
Mhm.
in middle of the story, there is a Jagan, right? The Roshan friend. Yeah.
Ah,
So, what was his character? Because his father was little strict, but sometime he was at the end he was also good. So, what was his father's character? The Roshan, yeah, Rohan character.
Rohan.
Uh-huh. So, what was the Jagan character and his father? Like, why his father was not supporting him in the cricket while starting the book?
Like I had a friend. I don't want to mention his name. When I was in Kolkata, I used to go to his house, and he was actually a little bit backward in studies, but for play, if you ask him to play, he's the best. He's the best.
Mhm.
But his father would never acknowledge it. Never acknowledge it. So he used to compare the other people were studious. See, what I say is that not all fingers are alike. They are all different shapes. The same manner we are all born in this world. So everybody will not be kind of into studies. Okay, you go and study. You can become a CA. Can become an ICW. No, they will have their interest in sports, singing, whatever. So he, as an individual, he also wanted to become a cricketer. In past days, when I was studying in Kolkata, our school was actually a member of the Kolkata Cricket Club. So there was a strong possibility that people who are literally playing that can actually at least go for a Ranji Trophy. But I don't know whether he made it or not. But his father was against it. Totally again. He used to shout to him in front of me. In front of me, his mother said, "Yeah, actually, I got insulted, and I because when somebody insults or somebody shouts at us in front of people, you become offended." So as a child, he was the same my age. I used to think, okay, why he used to cry in front of me, and that made me worse because as a person, I am the Rohan. I wanted to make him as an innocent soul, very innocent and a noble person. So whomsoever actually he wants to fight for a right of a person. So that's the reason why he came up with Jagan. So Jagan was actually the character which I saw uh, in my childhood, and his father was the same kind, but I've changed the names. I don't want to mention. So what happened is that I wanted to have so people who are reading my book. I thought, okay, let's understand the fact that children should not be shouted at,
Yeah.
especially when you are in front of people. I know you are angry, you have various things in mind, you have various problems going around you, but that's not the excuse to shout in front of somebody and stress it out. No, that's not happen that way. To be really frank, I have not shouted to my daughter till now. I have made her understand, so I'll make her sit with me and I'll make her understand, okay, this is how it works. If you do this way, you can gain knowledge. If you do the other way, it will destroy you. Whether you understand or not, I have explained to you. So many people don't understand that right now in my at this juncture I wanted to say is that there are so many parents who literally shout at people, not at their kids for small mistakes. See, children will commit
Yeah.
mistakes because they are not born geniuses. They have to be made geniuses, right? So or if you have to do something, then if you are bored at something, if you are pissed off with something, if you are having problems at home, you should not show that to a child. So that's what I was mentioning about Jagan because Jagan's character is something very similar to the one of my friend who was in as my childhood. He used to get beatings from his father. So, but I literally don't want it to show the father getting coming out of that thing, like say for example, always remaining in anger. My friend's father will not change. That I will tell you. But I wanted to know that okay, after you change, the happiness that that kid gets. Rajanan was so happy to accompany Rohan to that facilitating ceremony. So how happy he was. So I wanted to the readers to know, okay, when you do something for a person, the happiness you get is like it's unexplainable.
Wow. That's great because Jagan character was nice. I really like that character. And
You
yeah,
can
I
see so
think
many characters in you can see so
yeah,
many characters in sequel too. Sequel.
yeah, yeah. True, true. In fact, we have so many Jagans and like his father, many people are around us. So yeah, we can feel that every story, every line of yours, I was imagine while reading the book. So I must say it was really nice book. And I want to ask, how was your overall experience with SGSH publication? And have you feel that we could improve our services? Then please tell.
No, madam. I will always say that, see, it's not about improvisation. The only in the you have actually given me an opportunity to publish the book in such a way that it's available everywhere. Now, I am actually thinking of providing that in the Mumbai book fair because, and I was asking Shakshi this on the other day, and she was telling me that, the procedures to do that. I wanted to have this book reach to majority of the audiences, and it's not that easy to. Right at this moment, people have come from the books to the mobiles, and they are not reading books anymore. There are very few people who are reading books, and in within them, if you have to market something, it's a uphill task. So what you're doing right now is a very very good thing, and that's absolutely there's nothing to improve. Let me tell you. You have guided me into a place where I can actually look at. See, I'm getting so much of appreciation from people. Okay, you have done this, done that. People are saying that it is not. It's as if you're not written the first time. So when yeah, I could have only achieved with your help. That's the only thing that I have. I can tell you. There's absolutely nothing to improve. You're doing a very good job.
Thank you. It means a lot because I have seen that how you are passionate about writing because from your story anyone can tell that you have brought the real experience. It is not about that anything you just wrote. So I really like this story. And what would you like to tell your readers, like what they can take away from this book and how this book will helpful for them?
For readers, what I like to say is that our life is full of messages. Like one day you start in the morning, you get to see people. There are better things from us. We are always learning. It's not that okay, people. There are many people in this world who think that okay, I am the one. I know everything. The messages that I want to convey is that right, what are the to the readers is that I don't see you cannot change anybody ultimately at the end of the day, right? What I wanted to them to know is that my intention is just to make sure that they get the because certain readers are really accustomed to a particular person, autobiography, and things like that, but here, I wanted to say that Rohan is such a character that he can give out many good things about an individual. Like the first and foremost is that taking care of elders, which I am really saying that it should be the first and foremost because we will become old, and if we don't have anyone to take care, it's not about just because of okay, I'll take care of my parents because someone has to take care of me. No, because if
Hmm.
you expect anything in return, that will naturally will not work. It is like frustration in the end. So if it works or not, do your job, and especially taking care of elders. Don't shout at children because they are the gift from God that we received as. And you have to leave life as it comes, as it goes, because you cannot make Rome in a day. It will take time. People will take days and years to come in. So whatever thing you do it great, make it go, have it, because God has given the same brain to everybody in this world the same way, the same number of neurons, same number of hemoglobin, same number of wiring, everything same. But then you just have to go ahead, think deep, and find out whether I'll be able to do. If I'm able to write at my 47 years of age, I'm 47, I'm going to be 47 this year. So if I can write at 47 years of age, anything is possible. So
True.
don't waste your talent, don't waste your skill, and try to come out in flying colors.
Definitely. In fact, I learned so many things from Rohan and definitely from you. Because the way you have shown the goodness in the book, or it's not directly, but indirectly, it is really helpful in nature. Like how he helped that driver uncle, like 4 legs, and how their parents helped. And after once they helped other, they get so many things that they have never dreamed of. So definitely goodness always return, not directly, but indirectly it really helps. So my last question is, what would you like to tell your mother, your father, your grandparents, and your daughter, and your father's brother? Yeah, what you want to tell them, this message? Like I read your poetries and that is so emotional. So my last message is, what you want to say this in front of camera? I know some of them are
Like
not there, but they will listen.
uh, to them, I would always say that um, the perfect clay. That if you want to make a statue, the perfect clay should be guided at the same time and with a passion. If you do that, the perfect structure of the statue will come in. And I am considering me as a statue and the perfect clay and the timing that people have molded me. So it is with great gratitude that I would say that if I have something that happened today, it's because of my grandmother. First person, my grandmother. Because she has been everything for me. I miss her so badly now. I don't know whether she's listening or not, but I have a feeling that even after she's passing away, she's with me. So it is actually the words that came out of my mouth just to honor her for the work that she has done, and for my father's brother who had actually financed me, and he wanted to me actually be an engineer. So I actually wanted to at that point of time, we didn't have the facility or finance to go ahead with the engineering degree. So I thought, okay, one day he called me and he was asking me, "What are your future? What are you going to do in the future?" I thought, "I'm going to join a college and I'm going to finish a degree and good job." Which degree? No, I don't think I will be going for engineering because I don't have the financial things. Like, Arey, yaar, I am there with you. Why are you failing? I said, just go ahead. That's the time he actually made me an engineer. He was also motivating me, saying that you are the first engineer in my family. Go ahead. I don't want you to go to anything. I don't want you to
Hmm.
go to anything else. So that actually motivated me. And there are various things that even my father was taken away by God. There are so many people who have come to me, nurturing me and helping me and guiding me, without whom I would have been nothing. So actually, if you ask me, God has helped me. Everybody will, if we have a noble cause and a noble heart and an innocent heart within you, God will definitely will be with you. So the poetry is nothing but like it's actually I wanted to convey to my everybody as a deep gratitude for their thing, because I cannot go and see. It's not about you get them a pant or shirt, you get them a sari, or you get to them or anything like, because those are temporary, not going to be like permanent. These are all the things that she can actually read it through her soul or the memories, things like that.
True. It was, right, because sometime you have so many people around you, right? You may have not, but you have so many people around you. So, yeah, it was really nice book, and I really enjoyed reading it. I read in 6 hours, direct reading. So, yeah,
Oh,
it was really nice experience. So, yeah, I just want to say, spread goodness. Thank you very much for taking time out for this interview. And I really learned a lot from you, and the way you show the goodness in the book and the story, that really amazed me. Thank you, it means a lot to me and our
yeah,
publication.
sure. Thank you so much, ma'am. And quite in another 6 months' time, we'll meet again for my next book.
Great, great. I would love to take interview, and I would definitely love to read first, and then I will ask the question. And yeah, thank you. Spread goodness, spread happiness.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, ma'am. Thank you. Namaste.